Why do you feel nervous in front of people? Why does your heart pound like a relentless drum? Your hands tremble uncontrollably, and your words get stuck in your throat when all you want is to express yourself confidently. It's a question that might haunt you, and the truth might be even more surprising than you think. Your nervousness isn't random, and it's not because you're weak or unprepared. It's a survival instinct deeply embedded in your very being, a mechanism designed to protect you. Think back thousands of years ago to the days of our ancestors, where survival depended on being part of a tribe. Back then, rejection by the group wasn't just embarrassing, it was a death sentence. Being cast out meant losing access to food, shelter, and protection. Acceptance by others was life, and rejection was death. Even though the world today is entirely different, that ancient wiring in your brain hasn't evolved much. Your mind still sees a crowd, an audience, or even a small group as a potential threat, and it reacts accordingly by triggering a flood of adrenaline, preparing your body to fight, flee, or freeze. Now let's dive deeper. Why does your body react so strongly, even when logically, you know you're not in any real danger? The answer lies in the way your brain interprets social situations. When you stand in front of people, your mind automatically begins scanning for potential risks. What if they judge me? What if I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? These thoughts quickly spiral, amplifying your anxiety. Your brain, unable to distinguish between actual physical danger and perceived social threat, launches into overdrive. Your heart beats faster to pump more blood, your hands sweat to improve grip, a leftover response for climbing or fighting. And your body prepares to protect itself from what it thinks is a life-threatening situation. But here's the kicker. This fear of being judged or rejected isn't even about the people in the room. It's about the story you've been telling yourself for years. Somewhere along the line, you may have convinced yourself that you have to be perfect, that every word you say needs to impress, and that one mistake will ruin everything. But what if none of that were true? What if the fear you feel isn't a reflection of reality, but a projection of your own inner insecurities? Here's a perspective shift that might shock you. Feeling nervous isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of how deeply you care. You care about making a good impression, about doing well, about connecting with the people around you. That kind of care is a strength, not a weakness. The challenge lies in channeling that energy in a way that works for you rather than against you. So, how do you do that? First, acknowledge the fear instead of fighting it. When you feel your heart racing or your hands shaking, remind yourself that these are just physical sensations. They're not dangerous, and they're not a reflection of your ability to succeed. Accept that it's normal to feel this way, and instead of running from it, lean into it. The second step is to challenge the thoughts that feed your anxiety. Ask yourself, are these people really judging me as harshly as I think, or am I imagining it? What's the worst that can happen if I stumble or make a mistake? Will it matter a week, a month, or a year from now? Most of the time, the answers to these questions reveal that your fears are exaggerated and far from reality. That here's another strategy. Reframe your nervousness as excitement. Believe it or not, the physiological response to fear and excitement is almost identical. Your heart races, your adrenaline surges, your mind becomes hyper-focused. The only difference is how you interpret those sensations. Instead of telling yourself, "I'm so nervous," try saying, "I'm excited to share this," or "I'm energized for this moment." It might feel strange at first, but over time, this subtle mental shift can make a huge difference in how you approach situations that would normally terrify you. Preparation is another powerful tool. The more prepared you are, the less room there is for self-doubt. Practice your speech, rehearse your answers, or mentally walk through the situation as vividly as you can. Visualization is incredibly effective. Close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding, feeling calm and confident, and receiving positive feedback. Your brain can't always distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones, so use this to your advantage. But perhaps the most counterintuitive yet liberating advice is this: embrace vulnerability. You don't have to be perfect to connect with people. In fact, authenticity is far more powerful than perfection. People don't relate to flawless performances. They relate to real, raw human emotion. If you stumble, laugh it off. If you're nervous, acknowledge it. You'd be surprised at how understanding and forgiving people can be when you show them your genuine self. Think about the people you admire, great speakers, leaders, or even friends. Chances are they felt nervous too, but they didn't let it stop them. They turned their anxiety into energy, their fear into focus, and their imperfections into relatable strengths. The core of all this is a simple truth. Your worth isn't defined by any single moment. You're more than one conversation, one presentation, or one interaction. And the people who truly matter, the ones worth connecting with, will see beyond the nerves to the person you really are. So, the next time you're standing in front of a crowd, take a deep breath and remind yourself, you're not alone in this feeling, and it doesn't define you. Nervousness is not your enemy. It's a signal that you're about to grow, step out of your comfort zone, and become stronger. Are you ready to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself? Stay with me, and together, let's turn your fear into the fuel that propels you forward. This is your moment. Don't let it slip away.